Man, oh man, the markets were crazy. That's how it looks like today. But then when you see what happened in pre-market, it's the question, what made the market go up today? What made it go down? What do we have this week? There's a lot of things to discuss, so I'm excited to share it with you guys. And first of all, shout out to the chat, man. You guys were, again, killer chat. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we have the live stream. You can click the link below. It's in the comment sections. It's in the top right there. YouTube.com/the stock market. Every morning, 30 minutes before open, up until around close. I got off here around 11:30, right before power hour. We're trading live. So we're going over this, and I'm posting a watch list tonight as well too. We've been doing that daily. It's been working out pretty good, and I've been loving the responses. So make sure you do that. And the guys, like the video, thumbs up. You guys see the effect it's had, and I'm seeing the content you guys want. But let's get into it. There's a lot of things happening, and really, the market went up today, and we had what I was looking for with the individual moves. A lot of big individual moves, and the SPY went up. It was very weird, and people couldn't really wrap their head around what really brought it up. We're coming into the Fed meeting, but the point of why it went up isn't as much as important as it is what made it drop down here. And this was literally Trump said, or a report from the White House, that there is a walk back on the concessions from the China trade deal. So this is important, and I brought this up on stream to be able to see now. Well, before I get to the chart with the Chinese currency, the main thing you have to understand, this is coming before the Fed meeting. We have a Fed meeting today, and an interesting thing someone brought up in stream is the volatility coming into a Fed meeting. Usually you get more volatility after the report and then the following day after, but prior is something pretty unique. So seeing this type of volatility and seeing how the market responded, bounced, and all that, now that was very important. Now, what you could tell, there's the chat, you guys, 430 likes. They did good today. I love you guys. But here's the yuan, and this is a way the Chinese currency, it's kind of been dead, not really dead, but it hasn't been taking too much, but it weakened right off that news. It came down. I've talked about this before. You know, this is open market operations on the China's part to stabilize it, and we saw it go down. But the minute this starts to weaken, that's showing you the weakness of the China trade deal, and really tariff talks really going backward if it starts to weaken. So that's what I'm going to be watching. But the biggest part here, this is one of the concessions. One of the main concessions China made that really helped the market out and everything, even the beginning of the year, was that China was going to stabilize their currency. So that didn't necessarily happen here. And well, you saw what the report was. So there's that. But now the next thing that was just as important that I think could take an effect is also Trump talking about the UK tariffs that didn't get discussed much today. But now what did get discussed in the United Kingdom was France. France and the UK. Now Theresa May, Parliament wouldn't let her bring together her deal. They wouldn't vote on it. France said they're not going to give a deadline. They were really actually pissed off. And remember, we've been talking about Brexit, that we saw some of the first reactions with the market a little bit, but essentially a lot of bad news in Brexit. As that comes down, you know, again, coming to March 29th, if nothing is settled upon or agreed, that could get really bad. So that's another thing. What else do we got here today? And then pretty much the next thing is just coming into the Fed and what is going to be expected. We also had some poor manufacturing numbers today. However, the market took it positively, and I think all of that could just be pointing. Even last week, they were trying to say Monday came up because of the jobs report that was bad ended up being positive, because this is kind of pushing the Fed into the corner. But now this is the next biggest issue. We're going to watch that tomorrow. We will live stream that event, so you guys tune in and make sure you're there. But it's looking for surprises with the Fed. People want to know, what is the Fed going to do? But mainly, people have a general idea. It's not really about cut or hike or stay as much as it is that dot plot and then the future expectations. And really, I said this on stream already, if anything out of the ordinary of expectations changes, they reverse policy or talks of policy, or Powell changes a definition, says something about autopilot, anything of that nature, the markets are going to react negatively. And that's what to see. The markets were pretty much trading along with everything else. And, you know, we saw chip makers and NVIDIA do well. Apple kind of didn't do as good, but you know, there's certain stocks, and now even tomorrow we're going to get some bank stocks, so watch out for that. I am going to make a watch list. I'm going to go over some of the specific plays here, and we're going to talk about it, but that is what has occurred today. Those are kind of the most important parts. It was a little weird and confusing. You know, people, it was kind of like a weird melt up. And honestly, it just got attributed to the Fed. That makes sense to see, you know, a weird gap or even a gap down and just slowly moving throughout the day, kind of holding a level to a Fed meeting. Perfectly normal. So this volatility is surprising. It's related to the trade news. And now the next biggest thing is going to be the Fed and what they do from here. So I'm excited to see it. But that's pretty much the explanation of what happened today and why the markets went up. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumbs up. I love y'all. See you tomorrow morning. Peace. Oh yeah, and the watch list.